do it. It's a lot of fun.
Right.
Anyway, no point of talking really more about Chi because he's not in the game.
I've seen
thought
him in
it'd be
my
funny.
mid-war games, and it's that hat of his just flying around. Pretty annoying, honestly. So, well, I mean, on a serious note, like, yeah, it would actually be kind of fun to see a different new hero like that. I mean, is Chi actually the newest hero in HoN? I think.
Oh, jeez, I don't even know.
I know
what
that's
the
a tough
last hero
question,
That's a
right?
long time ago.
It's been a while, but
It
I
might
mean,
be.
he has to be up there. It's either that or maybe a war chief. But no, I think war chief was before Chi. So
Those are pretty
yeah.
good guesses. That's one of the areas I lack in, mostly because it's remembering stuff, and I just can't remember anything anymore.
Yeah, it's funny. I say newest, but obviously it's been at least over 2 years since then. So
Yeah, they're starting 4 players bottom. I guess they have double TPs on Kinesis and Load, so they want to just get a first blood and excuse me, then TP back to the top lane.
man, wouldn't it be cool if you didn't have to worry about buying a TP? That'd be so nice. Buy TPs, man. All that money you have to invest into that.
That would save you a lot of gold over the course of a match.
Wouldn't it? Wouldn't it?
It would.
That'd be nice. Maybe we'll see about making something like that happen. We'll see. Anyways, Madman, he says hello. I think that was actually Lodestone there in the trees, and then quickly stalks away. So the gank attempt is up, and not going to happen. So they see Madman down there. It's really a defensive tri lane being ran by BPro top lane. So yeah, curious how they respond to this now.
Luna picks up the Ion Stone, similar to he was playing the Prisoner last game, where he did the same thing. One of the things about playing Kinesis is sometimes you get like jebaited into. Oh, he's dragging the creeps. Like he's gonna be okay. Is you get like jebaited into trying to run around the map and steal like the best spell from the enemy team, and then you don't end up like actually laning anywhere for the first like minute or so. I mean, I guess in this case it's not super bad because if they went top at the start, they would have been facing 3 anyway. So it's probably best that the Lodestone's up here by himself to not really like sacrifice 2 heroes worth of farming experience, and he can just go mid with the Deadwood, which he's doing now. But I don't know. He's gonna stack the jungle, but at the same time, they don't have anyone to clear it just yet. Like Moonqueen needs some time before she can rotate in there, and Deadwood doesn't really jungle clear efficiently. So
yeah.
Would like to see him just laning more than, like right now he's not even harassing, he's just sitting in experience range, which is kind of not really achieving too much.
Your mid player is never going to be happy when that's it's like, come on, you either do something or just let me get my own experience. Let's go. Madman, he's going to be fine, but taking some good pressure right there. He tried to do a stack earlier of this pull camp, but Nymphora was there blocking the stack attempt, so clearly this Legion side is on point in terms of making sure Madman's not going to get his comfortable time in the 1 versus 2 off lane, but continue to keep an eye over there. But yeah, you mentioned Kinesis. He is continuing to be occupied here in the mid lane. Does hit level 2. Aluna was there as well, but now she's going to stack. So both supports seems like that's kind of their focus, is really just kind of stack the jungle for either side and allow for the eventual farm on that to happen. So a pretty passive laning phase we're definitely going to have happen here, which is pretty rare for what we've been seeing lately, but it is what it is.
Grasp is going to be missed mid lane. I feel like the only really good spell he can take is the stock. I mean, there's some okay spells, but nothing like super impactful. Like, an Aluna stun is like not really a strong stun.
Oh, volley's not
Volley
bad,
could be okay from the FA. I suppose you like shouldn't underestimate the torrent from Kraken if he wants to get that like early game, just like harass with it, throw some minus armor around and auto attack. But yeah, I mean this Kinesis pick, I think it'll have more impact later in the game with the lifts and everything, but it's a bit iffy for me at the moment.
Yeah,
what they're achieving with it, and like if they only picked it because of the Madman stock, if that's good enough. Maybe it will be. I'll have to wait and see.
High priority going on stacking here in the Legion jungle, especially. I mean, I guess the Hellborn's really doing the same too. They got a lot of camps that are stacked up as well. So yeah, both teams are definitely going to get some amped up farm eventually here. As you mentioned, the Moon Queen is a hero. She needs a little bit of time before she can comfortably do that, especially maxing out her beam currently.
Yeah, I was going to mention that, but it does make a little bit of sense because he's getting spam-fed mana from Nymph to harass Madman. Like, it's good now, but it's going to be less good later when the jungle is not being taken, like, earlier on. Still think it's okay, though, that he's choosing to lane, obviously, for a while, but, you know, it'll take some time before he gets levels in the multi-strike.
You know, we did. I want to say this was the last event. Maybe Dutch had pointed this out, but look at Kraken's inventory. He's got the double Guardian Ring, which is interesting to see. But in the Deadwood matchup, you know, it's a hero that, of course, we saw last game. The level 6 happened, and he just one-shot him. I'm not saying this is going to keep him alive 100%, but, you know, it does help produce a good amount of damage there from Deadwood to happen.
He might go Plated Greaves and Ring of the Teacher. We saw him go Lex. We saw him go Ring of the Teacher last game, and he, you know, did the weird Lex stuff like late in the game. But
yeah,
he might actually want to go Plated Greaves this game against the Deadwood, so it's not out of the question. And you know, worst case scenario, he sells them and he loses like 75 gold. So it's not really a big deal. It's 2 creeps, so that he has a comfortable laning phase to not get one-shotted by Deadwood level 6.
Look at Forsaken Archer's farm shoot up there, by the way. She's capable of doing the jungle a little earlier than the Moon Queen, and we see here. That's exactly why the GPM is so massively over the Moon Queen right now. Because she's going through and doing triple stacks throughout her jungle. I mean, that's 150 GPM increase over the Moon Queen. Just really because of this. That's absurd.
So Moon Queen could theoretically do this, just not maybe as efficient as the Moon Queen because she uses her ultimate to do it. If Moon Queen maxed out multi-strike and went for Whispering Home, like not going boots and just rushing into the farming item, you can go into the jungle and do stacks, but you're still slightly farming slower than the FA at that point, but you will not have this big of a disparity like it is now. Obviously, with his skill build and item build, he's choosing lane presence, staying and harassing Madman over the other option. They might actually kill Madman here. It's close.
Yeah, he's living life on the edge throughout this lane. I mean, you mentioned the feed and the mana, level 2 of the Grace of the Nymph now as well. So that's a lot of mana that's coming Moon Queen's way, especially. Middle lane. First kill, there it is. The Willowmaker happens. Obviously with Kinesis and Lodestone there, double Guardian Ring, it don't matter. You are dying on the Kraken. So our first kill at 7 minutes into the game. Wow.
I don't remember the last time we had a first kill at 7 minutes. That's much slower than our standard nowadays.
Yeah.
Sometimes by this point, we're looking at 15 kills. Like 2 kills per minute. Even
You're not even joking when you say that. I mean,
not uncommon at all. So yeah, it's been a slower start actually. Both teams, you know, FA versus Moon Queen, they're feeling like, hey, we can just do our thing and we'll get to our timing eventually. That's when we'll look to pick up the momentum. But for now, it's pretty much focused on laning.
Luna's probably dead here. Yep, the lift up from Kinesis, the Kinesis Deadwood roam. They just happened to run right into Luna. Kinesis stole the stun, and not much more Kinesis, or more so Luna could do at that point. But yeah, to what you were saying there, so we're starting to see a little bit of movement now happening. But look at this Forsaken, man. I can't. Every time I go back to her, it's just another big stack in the jungle. She's doing it again. 550 gold per minute with no kills at all. This is just pure creep kills here. Not even 8.5 minutes into the game. Freaking absurd what he's doing right now. But obviously this is also credit to the supports. I mean, the supports are stacking like crazy for him, so good efficiency.
Nope, they're definitely doing the strat correctly. Level 10 FA, under 9 minutes. Very nice. At this point, he's like a legionary, you know, just clearing the jungle super fast. If only Legionnaire could hit 5 heroes at once with Nullfire and be ranged.
Oh, Madman?
Probably be a better hero, but yeah. Madman almost dies bottom.
They need dust. They want that kill. Wonder if they're going to put value into... Oh, look at even Lodestone setting up down here. This is where it's... If you're the Legion side, obviously they don't have the information that we have as spectator, but you got to assume Forsaken Archer's just free farm and doing her thing. Is it surprising you that they're not trying to maybe focus on finding her in the jungle? Rather kind of putting commitment down here at the bottom lane?
Yeah, I think they... Well, Nymph actually skipped his teleport. I don't know if that was an oversight. But I feel like if she got her ulti at level 6, they could have at least tried to set up with Deadwood and Lodestone. Like, maybe 1 or 2 of them smoke to try to find the FA. And then the Nymph can just TP in. Doesn't even have to be the Moon Queen. The Moon Queen can just farm. It could be even the Kinesis being TP'd in, like anybody. But, you know, he didn't spec it level 6, so I don't know when he's going to get it. Hopefully it's sooner than later. But to your point, they should definitely be trying to hunt the FA because he's way ahead of the Moon Queen right now. And even if you don't see GPMs, I think when you see the level difference, that's kind of the indicator you like. The only one you need when you see a 4 level or even 5 level hero gap. That should be enough information to know that you need to gank him.
I didn't even realize, like, until you said, holy crap, she's level 12. That's level 8 on the other side, level 8 sevens, and she's 4 to 5 levels higher than anyone on the Legion's side right now. And again, this isn't because like there's a lot of fights happening. She literally just PvEing this whole game. And well, they're letting her.
Just doing it better.
Yeah.
Well, now we have Invis Deadwood, so, and she's not being protected. Shaman is in the area though, so.
Oh, she knows.
Let's see if Deadwood can find him. Nymph did spec teleport level 7, so.
Okay. I am baffled how she knew right there, and I don't know if that was just coincidence and timing, but that's an Invis Deadwood. Kind of just walked up to her, and she just ran around she ran back to the tower and then TP'd over here to do Ancients. Like, that timing just had to be pure coincidence there.
To be fair, and you know, it's hard to like pay attention to everything, but they probably either saw him pick it up or have it in his bottle, and the moment he goes missing from a lane that he was farming, if the, you know, comms are very good, which they should be at this level, it's like, oh, Deadwood has invis, he's probably ganking our FA. Don't play out of tower range, or, you know, don't be out of position. Stay with the supports. And I'm sure they just read that information, which is generally what happens. And yeah, it looks like funny to us as casters, but you know, it's just reading the game. So it's good awareness from the entire team of BPro, I would say.
Yeah. Dimension Shaman, just guess what? Gonna stack some more. So Forsaken, clear the Ancients. Deadwood is now showing. She's going back to the top lane and gonna clear out her jungle on the way there. So again, the GPM continues to be impressive. Now Moon Queen has beefed up a bit, getting towards that 500 goal per minute mark. So to her credit, obviously a little bit behind of that Forsaken, a little more than a little, but is trying to go for that inscription as well, which already has been finished on FA, and even a Mighty Blade now picked up on top of that. But where are these portal keys coming? Mid lane. They want a Luna. They're not going to get it, though. The TP's coming in. A Luna may end up dying still. Yes, okay, so they are going to get it in the end. And they got a couple TPs.
I didn't think he was going to die.
I didn't either. And Forsaken's like, all right, fine, I'll just use this TP to go farm more stacks. Why not?
Yeah, doesn't have to do anything. Eventually, Moon Queen will sort of catch up, but it's hard when you're this far behind early on. Right. I mean, all it takes is one death on the FA, stop her. Maybe 2 deaths, but just kind of like drop down her GPM to where Moon Queen can catch up. And even if the levels are still a bit different, eventually Moon Queen will get there in the XP department. It's more of like the timings of the items, I think, that matter more. FA wants to get, I guess in this case, the early Shrunken. I'm almost surprised he doesn't go for the Nullfire, but I guess because he spent all of his early game gold into Sinners, he doesn't want to get the Shrunken super late, based on Legion's lineup having mostly magic, other than Deadwood Punch. I don't know if that's correct or not. It just depends on when they want to go in team fight. Maybe they want to, like, their thought process is, we get Shrunken on FA, Moon Queen will not have his Shrunken, because he'll probably go for Geos first, and we can kill the Moon Queen while FA is stronger. That's probably what they're thinking. Because Moonquin will probably go Geos and then the Shrunken, so there's like that gap of time where he's not ready yet on the Moonquin. Other than that, I would say the Nullfire would just be like a better choice, but I think I get why he's doing the Shrunken.
Interesting there, yeah. That's obviously more defensive minded. We just had the first Hellborn kill, by the way. Kraken found Nymphora. Well, it was just a solo kill, and actually, I made the comment earlier about where are the blinks. Well, that was our first blink picked up. Kraken does get the blink, and sure enough, uses it pretty quickly to take out Nymphora and get the solo kill. So, on the Legion side, I think I just saw Deadwood purchase his, and Lodestone is almost going to have his as well, another creep killer too. So this is the time now we're going to start seeing a bit more activity. Because the question I was going to say earlier too is, you know, which team kind of needs to make a play here, and what is that play? It feels like the obvious is Forsaken Archer continues to have a lead, but as you pointed out, I mean, Moon Queen is going to continue to catch up, and she certainly is closing the gap. Something has to happen here soon. We can't just sit here and farm at creeps all day.
It's only a 2,000 gold gap. It's not like anything super crazy. Mid lane may have some action, but nothing happening. Deadwood did use his punch, but Madman is very tanky with the Dreamcatcher.
Yeah, you were right. Yeah, it's the item build there. It's pretty much exactly the same as the Magnus game, game 1. So
yeah, a bit obviously different playstyle. Doesn't have boots and isn't
we're not going
setting up stuns and stuff, but the idea is a little bit similar playstyle.
Right.
Oh. It's almost kind of counterintuitive to how they're wanting to play the game, though, because they're not really bringing aggression.
Yeah.
But maybe now that will change. The Shrunken is picked up on FA. They'll force a tower push. We'll see what happens here in the next
They're
fight.
trying to now, yeah. For Madman, they knew Madman was in the area, but there's the catch, the lift on up, the boom goes the dynamite. Nice heal at the last second, possible trick head. The life still kicking, and isn't enough. The piercing arrow's coming out. Yes, it kills Stone. No way he lives. Unbelievable. Deadwood will take him out. But at what cost now? He just has to run.
Yeah, he thought he was fine, and he just he went for the TP.
Well, Deadwood is likely going to die for this, though. So, I mean, yes, that's a massive kill, but let's kind of take a step back. Big picture. It's still very big for the Hellborn.
Could have been 4 for 0. Ends up being 5 for 1. Those extra heroes just had to clash.
I can't believe he lived. I mean, that's the farm difference, though, right there. It really is.
I will say they did not have Deadwood Punch. If they had Deadwood Punch, he dies 100% there.
Oh, yeah.
Because he had used it like 20 or 30 seconds earlier in the mid engagement, which I think is why they were like, okay, I got Shrunken FA, no punch, let's go. And he still was very close to dying. It was so close. They threw everything on him possible. And the Shrunken head came out super late, by the way. He was like on 30-40% HP. Still was able to Shrunken hold his ground and almost, he did, held his ground and turned it, so. Missing the punch! That's the difference maker.
We saw the life steal from the Abyssal Skull, whether the inscription, of course, the big difference, though, as well, for the Forsaken Archer, helping to keep her alive initially there, and yeah. I mean, that's definitely rough for the Legion team, but it's still there are positives. I mean, you got Moon Queen, it's still 500 GPM here. They have their blinks. They are going to need to make a play bottom lane, potentially. Well, Kinesis is just going to die, so not much you can do about that. Kraken? Oh, that's going to be Nymphora TP, but they release the Kraken on top. They cancel it as a result, and he's just still running. I love it by Snark. Here comes Madman. Madman's got that Dreamcatcher. It's the Hellborn's team to chase. The Aluna Power Throw coming through, getting some information, if anything, but no, it's not going to be a chase. It's going to be Forsaken Archer taking the bottom tower. And more fight avoiding happening now. But yeah, the gap is growing pretty significantly. About 8,300 gold lead now in favor of BPro.
Yeah, the Kraken is also starting to transition his game very nicely. That's the Storm Spirit, almost 500 GPM. The Madman, well, you know, he's not had the worst game considering they put a lot of focus on him down bottom. 340 GPM. Does have Steam Boots now, which he didn't have before. I don't know what he's gonna buy next item. I wouldn't be surprised to see him just go Shrunken, honestly, because these guys love their Shrunkens on BPro.
It's gonna go Lex.
Ooh.
I'm joking.
Maybe Snark will go Lex because he has Ring of the Danger. It's not out of the question. But he didn't go Storm last game. He went Storm this time.
Oh,
values the either like a counter jump scenario, or he can use it offensively to Storm, release the Kraken, guarantees landing your ultimate, and they can't like Shrunken react after later on. No Shrunkens just yet, but well, they give up top tower and they're grouping up to steal the Legion's Fongor. There doesn't appear to be any vision of this, so power throws. Oh, those are actually Hellborn power throws. Sorry. Looks like it will be a Fongor kill unless something happens to steal it.
Kinesis in the area, but yeah, they're like suspicious it's happening, but as you said, they don't really have vision. It is going to be a free kill.
Look what Moonqueen bought. He had to go. I won't call it first item, but we'll call it second item. Shrunken Head after Sinners. That is not your typical Moonqueen build. Nymph TP coming out here. Very aggressively onto the... oh yeah, he can only port one guy. He's level 9.
They were all on top, and they're like, what do we do?
Uh-oh. If they get spotted here... Oh, Nymph's gonna run into Kraken.
Nymph 4.
That was an awkward interaction with the tree there. The tree like stopped his charge, and he missed it, actually. Still gonna die here, though.
I mean, Moonqueen's still on the high ground by herself.
Moonqueen doesn't really want to go, but...
but now the Loso jumps in. There's a move finale, and there's the blow up. They do kill 2, Forsaken Archer included, so that's the patience paying off.
They're gonna chase
Demented Shaman is likely dead as well. The blow up for Kinesis in a matter of time, yes, and now maybe Kogor, but okay, Legion team. I mean, that was a very awkward initial.
Was that an MVP Shatterstorm? Like, I didn't see how many it hit, but it looked like it set up Moonqueen's damage and Deadwood's punch to one-shot the FA. That was a massive Shatterstorm from Lodestone.
I think it hit all 3 or 4 of them that were there. Yeah, no, that's a great jump by the Lodestone for sure. But again, the initial, the Nymphora TP and Inc, they were on.
I got anxiety from that Nymph TP. I was like nervous for them doing that play, but well, they knew what they were doing because even sacrificing Nymph, it ended up working out very well for them. To make that kind of play when you're down by 10+ K gold, very nice to see. So we still got some game left here, for sure.
Madman? No, they're kind of, I guess the vision being nighttime there, they didn't 100% see each other. Either way, he's going to sneak on out. And looks like, oh, he's going to spot Deadwood, actually. So now Deadwood could be in trouble. Misses the slow, though. Forsaken Archer all by himself charging in. Yeah, gets caught by the grass.
Blind grasp. He doesn't even know he hit it, but we know he hit it. That's what matters.
Yep.
Skill shots. Direct hit.
Oh,
anyway.
Hey, double damage on Kraken. Bringing it in.
He bought he bought a Deep Cloak. He doesn't want to get Deadwood punched. But the ironic part is, even though he's like a good punch target, it's going to be FA getting punched this game.
That is funny. Oh,
he finds
there's a setup.
Storm multi.
Oh, the Shrunken, though. He's able to react. There's a Deep Cloak kicking in. So nobody may die here in the end. Oh, maybe still. Nymphora's actually in trouble. Yeah, she is going to die, and that'll be the only death there. But Moonqueen also a Shrunken head charge, so there's that. I guess Shrunken is used, so there's no more charges. What am I saying?
Luna got a ward down top here, so they see Kinesis. I don't know if they saw the Lodestone, but they know the Moonqueen Shrunken is down and Nymph is dead, so they actually give this up. Okay, I guess only being 3 up here is not enough of a safety net to commit to the tower. Yeah. Good deny coming in from Legion side.
Yeah, but Madman's, you could definitely kind of feel out his job this game for sure. Maybe a mock.
4K gold.
Oh, wow.
Oh, they killed Moonqueen.
Yeah, I don't even know why she's still hanging around.
He stayed top? That's weird. I don't know why he would go that far out without his Shrunken or like anybody behind him. I missed what happened, but just judging from where he died, that's very odd.
I'm with you there. I don't know if the camera caught it themselves, but yeah, both of us clearly were. There was no reason. We thought that there was done. He was running back. I mean, why would you stay up there? So,
I
yeah,
guess
clearly.
He thought they left top and went somewhere else, but yeah, you can never be certain. He took a risk, I guess, and well, it looks silly to us, but he thought maybe it was okay.
Clearly was not. But what I was going to say about Madman, though, he's basically playing the rat, you know, the split strategy here. As far as split pushing, he's just constantly pushing this bottom lane, and obviously very difficult to catch with that constant stock that he's able to use. So, and he just bought something big. Yeah, there it is. There's the mock.
We bought it in full, actually. Okay. I know he had 4K gold, but didn't realize he had maybe when they got the tower top, gave him enough gold.
Yeah, this is just starting to fall apart now for the Legion. I mean, you could tell just after these last couple of kills, what happened at that bot, or more so the mid fight. Now, of course, they did win the Hellborn Conqueror, and they won that there, but since then, they've just kind of been getting picked off one by one in places.
Yeah, and you know, when you have most of your team's net worth and you make these risky, we'll call them risky plays where you farm out of position, you have to calculate these way better. Anyway, he gets jumped here.
Oh, no.
He's dead.
That's a dead Moon Queen, and she ain't buying back. She's out for a full minute. Your base is just going to get shredded. I mean, you said it. Nearly all their farm is on that Moon Queen right now, so they just do not have any firepower without her, really, outside of just the obvious Willowmaker itself, but that's just single target even, so... It is total control right now for Hellborn.
At this point, the Madman is even catching up to, or is on par with the Moon Queen's farm, so that's when you know you fall into the point where you're not in a good position anymore, or well, haven't been for a long time, but that's troublesome. Because now the Madman will transition to the second core, and sure, they can focus everything on the FA, but then they will have to deal with Madman eventually as well.
Yep. That's the benefit of picking up a hero like that as a off-lane core. It's, you know, not expecting great farm early on necessarily, but finds his groove, and all of a sudden he's kind of that backup carry to your over-farmed Forsaken Archer. So, yeah, it's you definitely just got to take more and more risk. Another double damage by that. It's just insane. Every time you look at Snark, he just got that DD ready to go. Already activated, it feels like. He's just hunting those out so well.
He dropped it for Dummy and he ran past it. It's like, oh, there it is. Alright, well, DDFA. That's going to be fun.
Yeah, good luck stopping this.
Tower will melt pretty fast here.
Kraken's just been...
Did he buy a Thieves Cloak on Madman as well?
And Demented. Demented and Madman both buying the Thieves Cloak. So just absolutely hard countering this Deadwood one-shot combo that gives them any hope.
I don't know the last time I saw this many Thieves Cloak in one team in the same game.
Right.
So what, 3 now?
Yep. Lincoln's on Luna, who also has a Storm Sphere, by the way, so can't overlook that either.
No, wait. That's FA's Nullstone. He was holding it for some reason.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I had to actually double take there, and I was like, wait a minute. He farmed a Nullstone? Wait, let me check this out.
That's crazy.
He's holding it only because he's holding the bottle DD, I guess.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, they're waiting for Conqueror, it looks like.
He really values this Soul Scream ring. He cannot part with it. It's part of his inventory. Maybe he wants to buy the Nullfire still. I mean, it's usually you buy the Nullfire early, but he prioritized Shrunken Geo first. Maybe he still wants it, I guess. Or you can also build it into Genjuro if he really wants to go the bigger item. But yeah, I mean, he's not parting with it.
This even tanks the Conqueror Rock. He doesn't care. It's going to be a free Conqueror kill. And now you got Kraken smoking up. We've seen him hit many portal key charge combos this game, so he's going to look for another one here. Obviously, the Legion is just playing completely scared right now, which is understandable. You got Moon Queen trying to get any kind of farm. They know she's over here somewhere, and there she is. The exact jump angle, very precise. free
Yeah,
kill on
word.
him because she buys back immedially.
The word vision radius was like just on the tip of seeing Moon Queen in the easy camp, I think. I'm checking it now. So yeah, that's why Kraken was able to get that jump so nicely.
Yeah, the immediate buyback. I mean, it's one of those that's maybe a little bit of frustration, but also it's like, yeah, you can't go without it. Clearly, yeah, they're just going to team smoke. Say, screw it, let's team smoke. Let's just make something happen. Look at this,
Madman's doing the same thing he did on the Magnus in the previous game. But, oh, he's got the
cloak. He's fine. Well, he was fine.
Actually, FA misses her piercing arrows, though. Doesn't really connect.
Prettiest. Not the prettiest fight here for the Hellport, so... Actually, the Legion, they get one pick, and they get out for now. And it's going to kind of work there. They also stopped Kongor from happening.
Well, the coordination was a bit better from Legion in that particular, we'll call it skirmish. But the difference was they had to blow their entire arsenal of spells just to kill the Deep's Cloak Madman. And Kongor, they have another team. Yep. They might actually be able to stop this fight, actually.
Yeah, Kongor still has a good chunk of life. This is not a free Kongor kill by any means, so...
Legion team.
Nope, he's going to be lifted up, so the Shadow Storm pretty useless. Forsaken Archer at half-life, actually the back lane zone actually did hit him. Excuse me, I was looking at somebody else. Anyways, holds his ground as Forsaken Archer, kills Moon Queen. Kongor is certainly assisting as well. He is pissed off. He wants kills on top of this. Finally going to be killed by the Hellport, who also took out pretty much the whole Legion, and that is going to officially do it. GG, well played. It is BPro moving on to the winter bracket semifinals. Congratulations to them. Of course, Satanic, they are still alive, but just going to be in the lower bracket now. So, a fun game, too, though. It's definitely a different pace than what we've been seeing throughout a lot of these matches here.
I was going to say that as well. I was like, I don't remember the last time.